So in this video we'll discuss about Lex and Yak programs for the grammar. D produces TL, T produces int or float, L produces L comma ID or ID. So this is part of compiler design lab. Okay, first we will discuss about problem statement. So write Yak and Lex programs for the following grammar. So you need to test the executable code of Yak program by giving valid and invalid strings as input. So as I had told, the grammar is D produces TL, T produces int or float, L produces L comma ID or ID. So first let us see the program solution in Lex. So here the first one is the definition part. So here we have to include the header files. So standard input output header file we have included for scanf and printf, and y.tab.h also included. So in that, whatever the tokens we have defined in the Yak program, that will be defined in y.tab.h with the unique token ID. And YYL value, that's a variable which will be used for communicating the values between the Lex and Yak tools. So as the part of Lex program, we have to define the rules section also. Here all the patterns what you want to define, we have to define it here. So in the grammar, we have seen that int or float data types also we have to recognize. So in your input, if int or float, if it is there, we are going to return the data type token. So the token here it is used as type. And if it is variable name beginning with alphabet followed by alphabet or digit or underscore, we are going to return the token identifier. Then if it is tab or space, we are not going to do anything. Then if it is dot, this dot is going to recognize any single character. If it is so, it's going to return that single character. So YY text of 0 will use for returning that character from Lex to the Yak program. If it is new line or space, we are going to return 0. Just we are going to return from the Lex to the Yak program. So that's all regarding the rules section in the Lex program. Then int YY wrap will be helpful for returning back the unrecognized string back to the input buffers in the lexical analyzer. So now let us move on to the Yak program. In the Yak program, again the definition part is there similar to the Lex program. So here we will be including the header files whatever needed. So I have included standard input output header file, and whatever the variables we need for our programs, we'll define it here. So the flag is a variable I'm going to use, so I have defined in the Yak program in the definition part. So now let us see the tokens, which are all the tokens we are going to use in the Yak program. So to define the token, percentage token will be using, followed by the token, what are the tokens we are going to use. So here in this program, type, it's a token for recognizing the data type, and ID is a token for recognizing the identifier. Then followed by the rule section. So the rule section will be enclosing within double percentage symbol. So within that we'll be giving the grammars. So the grammar consists of many production rules. So the each and every production rule we have to terminate with semicolon. So the first production rule is D produces data type followed by the list of variables. Then the data type may be any one of the type, and the list of variables is list of variables produces list of variables, and they are separated by comma and end with the identifier. Or the list of variables, sometime only one variable also we may define. So that's why ID we have used here. So to terminate the production rule, semicolon will use here. So next in the Yak program, we need to define the main. And one thing you have to remember is when you combine Yak and Lex program, in the Lex program, main program will not write, but that main function will write in the Yak program. So here we will ask the user to enter the expression. We'll prompt the user to enter the expression. Then YY parse function will be calling. So it will call the Yak program equivalent. C functions will be there, that will be called here. Then if it is valid, finally we are printing the valid expression. Then the next one is void YY error function, we are redefining it. If the input is invalid, we are going to print that it is syntax error. So, thank you.